Good morning, everybody. And the consolidation pattern on the Dow we looked at yesterday is still very much in play. Just a slight or a few more tails to the upside, and there's tails to the downside. So there is confusion in this consolidation pattern. Nobody knows what's going on. Oscillators are easing off. We do have a strong area of support, which we spoke about yesterday, and that is 37,843. So if you drill down through the time frames, I'm afraid you're not going to see much that's going to excite you. So Tesla stocks were down 12% yesterday, so you have this massive swing up and down, up and down. You had IBM up 12%, Tesla down 12%, and then a whole host of other stocks are just bouncing around all over the place. So there's no real clear direction on some of the big market cap stocks right now. And then you've got the FANG stocks that are coming out with their earnings next week. So, yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion you're going to be ranging today. I think this range that we've got for the week so far is definitely still on the cards. And you can put a horizontal up there. That would be the top of the range. And there's your bottom of the range. And then you've got this consolidation flag as well. So the trick here is you need to break above one of these swing highs, come back and test it for this flag to be validated. Until that happens, you treat this as a range. So if you drop down to the hour, don't forget to hit that like button for us. But have a look here. So Thursday, somebody knew something, because we had a fairly decent move up, and then we had the sellers come in, and then buyers that were in control for the day came back in to try a second attempt, and then they got wiped out. So somebody knew something on what was going on with some of the stocks. Then yesterday, pretty much going nowhere. GDP comes out, which was positive. First fall, then get going, and then we had Tesla stocks announcement. Then that came down, and then going into the close, we decide, oh no, that's fine. We start buying. I'm not falling for it. So whenever you're swinging up and down above the moving averages like this, it's a clear indication that we don't know what is going on, and nobody knows which direction to pick. So, a lot of people make a lot of money by picking these trend lines and selling off them, and taking profit down here, buying down here, moving back up. So a lot of people have the patience and the time to trade these consolidation patterns. Personally, I don't. So I've got other things to do during the day. So for me, this is not clear. It's not a clear trend. It's not a clear setup for me to make money. And when you drop down to the 15-minute, that just puts me off straight away. Below the moving averages, above the moving averages. Below the moving averages, above the moving averages. Just seesawing up and down. No real direction. Nobody knows what's going on. And I'd be very reluctant to even look at something here. So for me, the safest bet is just sit back quietly, wait for this to play out. I have a feeling it's going to play out sometime. Not so sure it'll play out this week, because this week we are looking at a little range bar, and you can see there, that just shows the indecision. The top and the bottom of, the high and the low of this week is the top and bottom of the range bar that's in play, and that is not looking interesting for me. It also is risking to be a shooting star. So those are pretty rare when you see them, but basically it's a gap up, and then you form a very, very, very tight range bar. So normally the body is very, very small. At the moment it's a bit big, but you get almost like a flat-lined body, and it's a gap up. And then on Monday, if you gap down and we hold that on the weekly, that's a fairly strong signal. But again, it needs to gap down. You can see there was another attempt at a shooting star there. That didn't really materialize because we didn't gap down at the open of the next week. In fact, we gapped up, so that was null and void. But I don't think there is an example. Let me just clear all the nonsense here. One of the drawbacks of MT5. I don't see any examples to the downside or the upside, which is why I say it is extremely, extremely rare You often see it on the lower time frames, but you don't really see it on the higher time frames. I'm going to go back a couple more years. Story of three, but no real shooting stars here. That's probably the closest one here, but that's more of a pin bar than a shooting star. Nothing to the downside. Yeah, sorry. So it doesn't look like there's been one recently on the Dow Jones, but you can go research it. It's something which, if plays out, can be quite violent as well. But don't just assume it's going to happen. This could also just continue in a channel. In other words, form a channel like that's the top of the channel, and then it'll form a base for the bottom of the channel. So we've had this strong move up, and then we just continue drifting higher as nobody knows what's going on. So that is also very possible. So anyway, just watch out for what happens today. I think that's the key thing here. So I suspect we're probably just going to continue like this, and we'll pick this up on Monday. So I'm sitting on the sides. Long weekend. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers for now.